Next, I want to show you the camera tool. And if you haven't used it before, it's a really cool way to kind of create a visual reference on your Excel spreadsheet. So in the example that I'm looking at right here, I'm taking a look at a list that shows all the sales for Argentina. I have it by company and then by salesperson and how much each salesperson sold to that company. Now, this is in a subtotal format. So I can see after every grouped salesperson, there is a subtotal for how much they sold. Well, let's say that I'm working with another worksheet or even another workbook, but I want to keep an eye on certain sales. Well, how can I do that? I can literally take a picture of it with the camera tool and then place that picture on another sheet. So let me show you how that works. Let's say, and I'll scroll down a bit, that I always wanted to keep track of what Margaret was doing and what Michael was doing as far as sales goes. So I'm going to take a picture of their subtotal for sales. So the first thing I need to do is to get the camera tool. Now it's not in the ribbon, but that's okay. I can bring it up on my quick access toolbar. So I'll click on the little drop down next to the quick access toolbar and go to More Commands. I want to switch this from Popular Commands to All Commands, and I want to go down to the C's. So I'll just click on one of the commands and hit the C on my keyboard. That'll drop me down to all the commands starting with C. And I'll scroll down until I see Camera. I'll give a click on the Add button. Now it's on my toolbar, and then click on OK. All right, now I'm ready to get started. So the first thing that I'll do is I'll go ahead and highlight the information that I want to see. So I'll select Margaret's information just by clicking and dragging what I want to see. I'll click on my camera tool. Now Excel just literally took a picture of that for me, and I can place that picture either here in the same worksheet, on a new worksheet, or again, a new workbook. Let me head over to a new worksheet so I can show you how it looks. I can just go ahead and give a click, and there's Margaret's information. Now, this isn't just a static picture, this is an actual linked picture. So if there's a change on the original worksheet, this original number, it's going to update here. Let me show you that. I'll go back to my other worksheet, and remember this 1329.40, that's a subtotal. So let me go ahead and change one of her quantity amounts. I'll change this from 10 to 1 and hit enter. So now it's down to 1072.90. Let me go back to my other sheet, and you can see it just updated to 1072.90. All right, so let me go back to my original sheet, and this time I will highlight Nancy's information. So I'll go ahead and click and drag. One more time, I'll click on my camera to take a picture of that. And like I said before, you could have this in a whole nother workbook. So I'll create another workbook and give a click, and there's Nancy's information. And again, it's linked. And you can even tell by looking at the formula bar that it's linked to the formatting workbook and the cameras B36 through E36. So if you have a situation where you need to update one workbook and maybe it has sensitive information in it, and this information you don't want everyone to see, maybe you just need someone else to see the totals here, like in this case, what you can do is just take a picture of what you want the other person to see, give them access to that workbook, and then they won't have to go in and look at the details. Now, besides placing it in a new workbook, you can also place it inside of Word or inside of PowerPoint. And technically, this is formatted as a picture. So you've got your Picture Tools tab up, and you can reformat this picture however you want. You can also take multiple pictures. I know in this example I've only taken one, but you can have 5 or even 500 different pictures. So the camera tool is an awesome little tool. You might not have heard of it or used it before, but try to think about different ways that you might be able to incorporate this with your work.